What's good, Boxing Nation? This your boy Pop Shop talking. I'm here to talk a little bit of this boxing Uh, yo. Before we get started, I'm gonna try not to hold you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you got some very important people out here that's watching this. You got a lot of things that you need to do. But first things first. What caught my eye is I scrolled through a little bit of ESPN, right? So what I see is there's a lot of still pictures, you know, and it's got a little, some coverage. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of impressed, on one end. But my thing is, we didn't see any highlights. You know what I mean? So it's like they're covering it, but not covering it. Taking the credit, but not really seeing them doing the actual coverage. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I feel a little ways about that because we know who's really in the space and who's really, on the ground and covering the sport and giving us what we want. You know what I'm saying? But for them to be on mainstream and we're not getting that live coverage like we did back in the day, and I feel the way about that. You know what I'm saying? So, but shout out to the ones who made headlines. So I guess we kind of take a little bit what we get, but credit goes to the ones who's really out there on the ground. So back to what happened over the weekend. You may say, "Oh, he's way late." But what I like to do is to sit back, kind of let things marinate, hear a little commentary, see some comments. Kind of get a feel about what the masses are thinking. And I've heard a lot about Mason possibly. What would he do? Or should he move up? And that's not the move. Um, Congratulations to Shushu Carrington, Tiger Johnson, all the winners, you know what I mean? But for the guys who, that we kind of have a beat on, who really, we kind of watching. Tiger, I was somewhat, somewhat impressed, not over the top. I didn't feel like the call out for Devin was necessary. It still feels kind of like premature for him, Um, I mean, he was good for the level of competition that he did fight. Um, but yeah, Devin is a different beast in that weight class, and I like to see him, challenge himself just a little bit more before we, put your career on the line, calling out a Devin Haney. Shushu Carrington, I wasn't overly impressed, but you know, he did what he was supposed to do. You got your unanimous decision. You got the you know still got the respect of your fellow boxers, and but it still seems like there's a little bit a lot to be desired when it comes to Shushu. I'm to be totally honest with you, I'm not totally sold on it, but he's been winning. But we'll see when competition gets a little bit stiffer. For the main attraction, the main event, I think Abdullah, they really carried the show. They carried the event because it was a great fight. That fight gave me some feel of shades of Sugar Ray and Hearns won. You know, uh, Hearns was a great power puncher and great jabber. Sugar Ray, you all know what he was, the golden boy, and it was kind of looking a little grim out there for for Mason, but he fought back like a champion. He came on in the later rounds and he did what he had to do, and I think that he's playing with fire. He's done that his last few fights, having to pull it out of the fire. And that's going to come back to bite you. You know what I'm saying? And I think that he needs to start fast. He needs to be aggressive. He needs to get ahead, stay ahead, and do what you're supposed to do in the beginning. That way you can cruise in the later rounds. But shout out to Albert Bell, man. He came in. He was game. The layoff did come in and affect him. Abdullah did, go to the body. And he exposed that layoff time, and he did what a champion's supposed to do. But I don't think that he needs to leave 135. I think he needs to stay there. There's a lot of meat on the bone down there. He could possibly go undisputed, and with Schofield down there, there's a couple of vacant titles, and I think they may move Schofield up to champion, elevate him to champion. So if that's the case, that's a fight to look forward to. I don't think that that'll be the next one because Schofield has been out of the ring for almost 2 years. So we need to see something from Schofield. I mean, possibly. I mean, the Schofield Shakur fight is still right there to be had. Shakur's around here talking about he's not a big guy. He's he's fighting at 140, but I'm a real 135 pounder and all that. The fight is there. You've been ducking everybody else. So if you don't call it a duck, well, you're not been fighting everybody else. So let's say Schofield Jr.'s out there. So let's get that fight done, man. Y'all talking about everybody else, man. Let's not overlook Kid Austin, you know what I'm saying? So let's see if we can get Shakur and Kid Austin in the ring. Timelines match. It's time. Let's see what this kid got, man, and if he's for real. The last time we saw him, he went out, with a bang. He looked really good, but hell, he only had 2 rounds. Come on, man, it's time for him to get back in the ring. His dad is all over the internet. He's promoting his son, which, well, he should. But we want to see you in the ring. So that's my thoughts I have on it. It's your boy Pop Shop Talk. We'll be back with you, and stay up, man. Stay with the sport. You know what I'm saying? Because it looks like boxing is coming back. Peace.